Happening, people? Budget week is back again. Another day, another budget meal. This time we're making a fish pie. So we had that fish biryani, like a fish curry sort of thing yesterday. Fantastic. I have to say, I had even warmed it up for my dinner today at work, and it was beautiful, even second time around. So I'm quite looking forward to this because it's like a cottage pie because it's got mashed potato on the top. That's what I'm, but with the fish filling. Now, obviously making a homemade white sauce, that's all new to me, so I don't know what's going to happen with this, but we'll give it a go anyway. And I've got to poach the fish this time, not fry it. I fried it yesterday for the curry. Got to poach it in milk apparently. Anyway, I've been doing a little. I've been looking at the instructions. I'll put the ingredients on the screen here now. So we've got white fish fillets, potatoes, carrots, onions, flour, long life milk, and garlic, and that's basically it. So everything we've got on that stopping list is still there. Obviously, the flour I'm not going to include because I have some flour from years back. So yeah, everything's on the receipt. So yeah, take a look at these ingredients and then we'll get cooking. So I have the remaining fish fillets in there from yesterday's fish biryani. I have flour, carrots, onions, long life whole milk, and white potatoes. And that is all it says on the recipe. So let's get cooking. You see, step one is just telling me to make mashed potatoes. So obviously you do that before you do anything else. So I'm just going to make some mashed potato out there, just essentials. Spuds, I won't bore you with that. So we'll get on to the next step and the mash will be just done magically. So the mashed potato is on and we'll be ready in about 10 minutes. And the next step says, in a saucepan over medium heat, gently poach the fish fillets in the milk, then strain the milk and set aside for the sauce. So I'm going to bring it down here and we'll poach these fish fillets that are remaining from the bag of fish fillets yesterday. So it's on medium now. I've got the fish fillets from yesterday left, and we've got to put them in here now to poach. If there's enough room. Should be just enough room. So it doesn't actually give you a time on the instructions, but it just says, in a saucepan over medium heat, gently poach the fish fillets in the milk, strain the milk, set aside for the sauce. And then you've got to flake the poached fish into an oven-proof dish. So when it's done, obviously it'll be white, won't it? Then I've got to put it into the oven-proof dish, which is like the base, the bottom of the pie. So this poached fish is smelling quite nice and it's looking quite flaky. Probably just about done actually. So I've got to flake that, according to the instructions, I've got to flake that into an oven-proof dish. We're going to use the same one as we did the biryani in this little one. And that's like the base of the fish pie. The mash is nearly done as well. That's nice and soft now. So we can mash that up. And we'll get these veggies into a frying pan because we've got to fry that off first. So I've got to strain this milk off first for the sauce. And that's the fish in there. So we're left with that fish there and a base of the white sauce. So we'll put that to one side. Clean up. And then we've got to flake. It looks a bit dirty that, doesn't it? But it's just come out of the, it's on the bottom. It's fine, it's just come out of the dishwasher. So it says, flake the poached fish into an oven-proof dish. So we do want it quite chunky, really, don't we? So don't want to. I think that'll be just about enough. That'll be alright, that. We don't want it too mushy and soft. So that's like the base of the fish pie. So next it says, in a frying pan over a high heat, saute the onions, garlic and carrots until soft and fragrant, then place over the flaked fish. So get straight on with that. We've got our frying pan here. High heat. I'll get a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of vegetable oil. So start with the carrots, onions, garlic, get it all in there. Probably made too much of this again. However, it'll be alright. So I've got to fry all this off, saute as it says, basically fry it all off until it's all nice and cooked. And then we put it all over the top of the fish in this dish. Then we've got to make the white sauce. So that is just about done. Now I've got to put it into here, but I've definitely made too much of the veg. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save some. So you're supposed to just put this over the top. Oh, maybe not. I'll probably get away with it all. I was going to actually make that, use one of them vegetable stocks and make the rest of it into a soup. But I'm actually changed my mind again now. It's all going in here. Bursting at the seams with veg, but it fills it out, I suppose. There's only potato to go on top of that and the sauce, isn't there? So, there we go. Now we've got to make the sauce. So the fish pie is looking like that. At the moment, you've got fish layered on the bottom. And we've got to get this sauce over here now. So it says, in the saucepan now add 2 tablespoons of oil and 2 tablespoons of plain flour. Stir well to make a roux. What saucepan was that then? I'm just going to, I've already oil in there. I'm just going to make the, I'm going to put the plain flour in the frying pan. There's oil in there already. We use the same oil. And put a couple of tablespoons of flour in, make like a paste. Never done this before. Maybe add a little bit more oil. Tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of flour. So that is 1. That is 2. So it says stir well to make like a roux-like paste. A roux-like paste. So making some sort of paste out of this. Like I say, people, I've never ever cooked before. Real, like proper cook. So this is all new to me. But it looks like that's working. Flour and oil. Next one says allow the roux to cook out for 3 minutes before gently adding in the poaching milk, whisking vigorously as you go. Whisking vigorously as we go. Right, I'm going to go with this now, because it takes 5 to 7 minutes for this, so add this while stirring it, apparently. Bang it all in. We've got to whisk vigorously, but I've only got a fork, so I'm going to transfer it to a saucepan. That's the reason it said saucepan, so you can stir it. So it says it's got to cook for 5 to 7 minutes. Seasoning with salt and pepper. And then if it says the sauce is too thick, splash more milk to thin it down. I don't think it's going to be too thick. If anything, I think it's going to be too thin. But we'll see in 5 to 7 minutes. Salt and pepper. So we're nearly there now. So if you like this sort of video, if you're enjoying Budget Week, then please hit that like for me and subscribe if you're new, and hit the notify bell so you don't miss the future cooking videos. I'm a nightmare, I know, I'm terrible, but listen, I'm learning on the job. I've got a fish pie, which is half fish, half vegetables. We've got mashed potato that's done, and now we've got this white sauce, which actually is creaming up pretty nice. I thought the fish biryani were going to be a nightmare, and then I tasted it and it was fantastic. So let's hope, fingers crossed, everybody fingers crossed, that this is the same. Right, I'm going to get this white sauce over there now, over that fish and that vegetables, and get it all in there. And then get the mash on it, and it's still going to go in the oven for another 20 minutes. So, that is just about done, that. Looks alright as well. Quite thick though. It did say if it's too thick, but I don't know what thickness it's supposed to be, so I think that's probably all right. It's looking like a pretty solid effort, to be honest. So the next step, in the oven proof dish with the fillet fish, sautéed vegetables, pour over the seasoned white sauce, ensuring the fish stays in large chunks. It does. Proceed to top the pie with mash, using the back of a fork to rough up the mash. Bake at 170 for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so we've got to get this mashed potato in here now. Get rid of that. So the mash is here, that's been done. There we have it. Fish pie in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I'll bring you back when it's done. It's finally in the oven. This is kind of the bit what you'd buy if you bought a fish pie ready-made from the supermarket and you came in a metal tin, metal tray, you'd bang it in the oven, and this is where we're already at. So it's already taken me about half an hour to do all these steps. So for time, it's not worth it no matter what, because the price of it according to the recipe there was 75 pence per portion. So that's not too much cheaper than like a ready meal. I know there's no salts and preservatives like added to make it like a ready meal. So obviously for health reasons, this is going to be better. You know what you're putting in it. But for convenience, this is definitely not the way to go. I've been at it half an hour and there's all this mess. So we're going to have to clean all that up. Pans, saucepans, sieves, peelers. And now also we've got another 20-25 minutes while it's in the oven. Let's hope it tastes nice. I'll bring you back when it's done and it's ready to have a look at. So as you can see, that is just about ready. I'm going to just get it out and then let it cool down for a little bit before serving it up and giving it a taste and hoping that it's as nice as that fish biryani. It does smell quite nice. Let's see. Okay, let's get some on a plate. I did think I'd only made about 2 portions, but there's probably 3 here. Maybe more. There we go, you can see inside there. You've got the fish, the onions, the carrots, mashed potato. And there's still plenty left on there. Okay, so it's all important taste time. It does look okay, and there is plenty more than like a ready meal. So although I did say before about like, is it worth it? There's more on this plate than there is in any ready meal, and also there's like 2 more portions there, at least 2 more portions. Contemplated adding some peas to the side and having fish pie and peas. Probably do that when I'm eating it like as a proper meal. I'm just going to taste test it today, but I'll be eating it again a couple of times tomorrow probably for my dinner. Give it a go. It's alright. The mashed potatoes are a lot better than it comes in a ready meal, because you've got that brown crispiness on the top, so that when you know it's been oven cooked. Then like normally you'd microwave the ready meals, wouldn't you? You can obviously oven cook them and you probably would get that, but yeah, the potato's nice. It's very garlicky. I put 4 cloves of garlic grated in here, which really helps. Now the sauce, hot. The sauce for me, it's a bit bland. I did follow it to the instructions. I didn't put anything else in. Could have put some more herbs and spices in, I suppose. And I probably would do that. The onions, obviously, fried onions, sautéed onions with garlic, absolutely fantastic. Overall, it's not bad. It's just a bit bland. Follow the recipe, 75p a portion. This is probably just under that, to be fair. Is it worth it? I mean, it's alright. I'm going to add some black pepper and give it another taste, because although I did add a little bit, I didn't add a lot. Maybe it's just lacking seasoning. You can smell the black pepper straight away. Yeah, I did feel I didn't add enough salt and pepper. Or pepper in there. The fish is nice. I've just got a massive spoonful of fish from the bottom. Really nice. Poached in milk. You know what? For 75p a portion, you can't go wrong. If you're feeding a family of 4, family of 3, family of 5, you adjust this recipe. I think probably it's under 75p, because I halved that recipe and there's enough for 3 there. This probably feeds 6 for the what was it, 75, for the £3 it's telling you it costs to buy these ingredients. Probably fees six, more like 50p a portion. It actually is worth it. Probably season it more than I did, but I'm no chef like I said. But it is budget week and I'm just following the instructions. So we go on to tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm making a frittata. And I've actually buy a new dish for this frittata because I didn't have anything to use. Because I don't cook. Can't cook, won't cook, that's me. That's what the channel name should have been. Never mind, just Deano. Can't cook, won't cook. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll catch you tomorrow. Remember, 6 PM. We'd switch it up a little bit, which I'm quite enjoying. So I'll see you tomorrow, tea time, 6 PM. What's happening, people? Back in the kitchen again. Hope you're all fantastic. Thanks for watching. Would be special. Wouldn't buy that again.